welcome back to my channel. Today is a highly requested video. I put it out there, seeing what you guys wanted to see on my channel in 2019, and this is one of the videos that got a lot of votes. So I'm going to share with you my top 5 things I wish I knew before I started WW. And of course, these things translate into what I do currently following WW, but these are 5 things I wish I knew before the day I walked in to my first workshop. So if you want to hear my top 5 tips, stay tuned. My first tip is one that I struggled with at the beginning of my very first WW journey, and that was never skipping your meeting or your weigh-in. And when I first did Weight Watchers back in the early 2000s where I lost all my weight, there were times that I didn't want to go to my meeting. I knew I gained, I knew I didn't have a very good week. I felt bloated. There's even times in this journey, as you know, those of you that follow my channel, that I haven't wanted to go to my workshop. I know it's not going to be positive on the scale. I'm not feeling it. Maybe I don't want to get up to go to the workshop before work, but never, ever, ever skip your meeting or workshop. And those are things that I thought I could do. I thought I got this. I can do this on my own. I don't need the meeting. But what I've learned and what my leader told me back in the early 2000s is sometimes you need the meeting and sometimes the meeting needs you. And that is so incredibly true. It resonates with me every single Friday when I get up at 5:30 and I drive a half an hour so that I can attend my WW workshop. And I don't miss it no matter what. Even if I'm going out of town, even if I have to work, I at least, at very least, stop in, weigh in, attend the little bit of the workshop that I can attend. It's an accountability whether I'm gaining or losing. So before I joined, again, I thought I could do this without the workshops or the meeting. I've quit WW so many times. I can't even begin to tell you the number of times that I've quit throughout my journey. But I've slowly realized that I can't do it without the meetings. I can't do it on my own. I can't do it without the support of WW. So number 1 tip, never ever skip your meeting. Never ever skip your weigh-in. Number 2, try new things. When I started WW and before I started, I ate the same foods all the time. I never ventured out. I never tried a fish or seafood I've never had before. I never had chicken as often as I do on WW. I didn't try new recipes. I didn't try new things. But when I joined Weight Watchers, again, way back in the early 2000s, I had to completely shift my focus on food. I had to change the foods that I was eating. All of the foods I never ate were the lower point options, and now those foods are the 0 point options, like chicken, eggs, beans. Those things I never ate before I joined WW. So when I joined, I had to completely rethink the foods that I was eating. And now I eat all of those 0 point foods, all of those low point foods. WW has taught me to make better food choices, which is something that I absolutely positively needed. WW has taught me portion control. I never measured my food before I joined. I never thought about portion control. I wish I would have, because I'd be in a lot better place now than I am not measuring my food and not watching my portions and eating whatever I want over the last however many years. So I now know what portion control is. I now measure everything. I now eat the foods that I know that my body needs to sustain, to keep satiated, all of those. I never knew, I never did, I never ate before I joined WW. So that has been a huge thing that I'm extremely thankful for since joining WW. And on a side note, I'm a binge eater. If I go off the rails, I go off the rails. I eat everything I can possibly get my hands on. I binge on sweets because that's my weakness. And since joining WW, that stopped. I don't even binge on my splurge day. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times that I way overindulge on my splurge day or my cheat day, but I don't binge. I don't eat everything in the house all in that day, do or die, so that the next day I can get back on track. That is not something that I ever did prior to WW that I now am very cognizant of, and I no longer have the tendency or the desire to binge. Speaking of binging, now this can be a controversial number 3 on my list, but find a binge-worthy, low-point food. I know that that doesn't even sound like it belongs in the same sentence, but let me tell you, it does. So what I mean by that is find your favorite food that is WW or point friendly, that if you feel like you need something right now, whether that's sugary, whether that's salty, whatever that is, whatever that vice is for you, find a binge-worthy food that's low point. So for example, as you know, if you follow my channel, I am a sweets eater. No doubt about it, I'm a sweets eater. So I both purchase and make bingeable, WW-friendly sweet treats that if in the event that one is not enough, that I can have 2 or 3 of that item and still be within my points for the day. It won't derail me. It won't halt my progress. I find the things that are WW friendly that I can binge on. And I wouldn't even say binge, but have more than one of. So if you're a sweet eater, find a sugary alternative. If you're a salty eater, find a WW friendly chip or cracker or popcorn that you can eat that gives you that salty craving and that you can eat a lot of. If that's where you're at in your life, if that's the day you've had, if that's the week you've had, if that's the moment you're in, it's a food that you can eat a lot of and not derail your progress. Before WW, I binged on everything. Ice cream, cookies, cake, since I'm a sweet eater, pizza, chips, you name it, I binged on it. None of my choices were healthy. So they were a bingeable food for me, but they weren't healthy. So what I've learned is not having those foods in my house. Instead, sub those out with a WW friendly bingeable food item. My number 4 thing I wish I knew before starting WW was that I can recreate my favorite foods. I don't have to give up my favorite foods. And when I started Weight Watchers, all of the times I've started Weight Watchers, that's the first thing that enters my mind. Now I can't have this. Now I can't have that. I'm never gonna have pizza again. I'm never gonna have cake again. Oh my gosh, you guys, rethink your favorite foods, recreate them into healthier versions. If you follow my channel, you know I do that all the time. I love pizza, and I eat pizza once a week or once every couple weeks with 2-ingredient WW friendly pizza. I recreated my favorite pre-WW food and I eat it all the time. Same goes with sweets. I love ice cream. So I recreated my love of ice cream and I make my ice cream sandwiches like you saw in my meal prep. I eat WW friendly ice cream, Halo Top, Enlightened. I love sweets. I eat Smart Sweets, Smart Cakes, Built Bars. Those are the things. I've taken my favorite foods, whether they be sweet or salty, or your favorite recipes from prior to WW, and recreated them to fit into my lifestyle. And that's one thing when I joined WW in the beginning, I didn't think it was possible. I literally, legit thought I could never, ever have my favorite foods again. Now, there are certain foods that are my favorite that aren't WW recreatable. So I love a big, fat, juicy, greasy burger. And yes, I can make a burger on WW, but it's not my big, fat, juicy burger. It's not loaded with mayo and 90-10 or 80-15 or whatever the fattiest cut of ground beef is. It's not that. It doesn't have bacon and mayo and lots of cheese and grilled onions and oil. I save that for my splurge day. I save that for the one day a week that I can indulge. And in the meantime, I recreate that burger that I love to a WW friendly version that at least can tide me over until I can have the non-WW friendly version. So recreate, rethink your favorite foods. You can fit them into your lifestyle. That's one great thing is we can eat whatever we want as long as it fits within our point allowance, whether that be our dailies, our weeklies, our fit points. We can eat all of those things and still be successful on Weight Watchers. And I never thought in a million years that that would be the case. My number 5 thing I never thought that I wish I knew before I started WW was that I can make this a visible part of my life. So I thought when I first started that the only WW or Weight Watcher related thing that was going to be part of my life was my weekly weigh-in. Now, as it's evolved, as I've evolved, there are so many pieces of your weight loss journey with WW that you can make visible in your daily life. For example, get the app so it's on your phone. That little icon is staring you in the face every time you get on your phone. It's a constant reminder that you're on this program and that you need to A, stay on program, and B, track, right? We track in that little app that's on our phone. And speaking of the app, join Connect. Be part of Connect. I'm going to put my screen name for Connect here on the screen for you guys if you want to follow me. I don't post in Connect as much as I would like to, only because I'm really involved with YouTube and Instagram. But go on Connect. Make that a visible daily part of your life. When you're waking up in the morning, hop on Connect for a couple minutes. When you have some downtime during the day, hop on Connect for a couple of minutes. Make it a visible, viable part of your life. In addition to that, there's the charms that we get at our workshops. Make those visible. I have mine on a keychain and it is on my purse. It is not on my keychain because I was afraid that I would damage them or lose them, but I have it clipped to the little metal ring that the handle of my purse is attached to. So every time I pick up my purse, it's a visible reminder of my lifestyle and that I am on WW. Also, the magazine. The magazine is a great resource, is another way to keep it visible in your life. Keep it on your coffee table. Keep it by your bedside. It's another reminder of this lifestyle. And my last and most important visible use of WW is follow YouTube. Follow all of us that take our time away from our family so that we can share our journey with you. I started this channel not only for accountability for myself, but because I wanted to share my journey with other people. I wanted to share all of these 5 tips that I learned being on WW with everybody. I want you to be successful. I want you to be my new friends and family. So keep YouTube visible in your life. Watch the videos. Subscribe to the WW YouTubers that provide that content to you. Use our recipes. That's a huge thing. As you know, I'm big into sharing recipes. Those are my favorite videos that I produce. Those are my most asked for videos. But use our recipes. We produce them in a video so that you can recreate them and use them. That is what they are there for. And don't ever feel like you can't reach out and ask questions. I absolutely love hearing from all of you guys. So when I started, I never knew that keeping it visible would be so important. And I wish I would have known that earlier in my journey. But now WW surrounds me. It's on my phone. It's on my purse. It's on my nightstand. I have the magazine. I subscribe to that. It's in every facet of my life. And of course, my YouTube channel is such an important part of my life. I love it. So that also keeps WW on the forefront of my mind. So those are my top 5 things I wish I knew before I started WW. And if you didn't notice a pattern, I wish I would have known those, but I've since discovered all 5 of those things since starting my weight loss journey on WW. In my opinion, this is the most long-term, sustainable, results-driven plan there is. If you work the program, you're gonna lose weight. We all have flub ups, we all make mistakes, but if you consistently work the program, you're gonna lose weight, you're gonna get to your goal weight, you're gonna have a lifelong habit that leads to a lifelong plan, that leads to a lifelong happiness and joy. So I hope that you enjoyed these top 5 things. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. Again, follow us YouTubers that put out that WW content. Give my video a thumbs up. Comment below. Let me know what your favorite tip is, or actually share a tip that you may have that you wish you knew before joining WW. And of course, I will see all of you in my next video. Bye. Have a wonderful, wonderful WW day.